All right, I figured I'd just do one from scratch to show you, because you can probably do it just as quick making it from scratch. And it's not that hard. So I'm going to go Shift A, bring up a plane, and by default, it comes in 2 meters by 2 meters. I'm going to stand it upright. So R to rotate in the X-axis, 90 degrees, enter. I'm just going to drag it up in the Z-axis. Now, this is the same size as the other window, 2 meters by 2 meters. Now, if we tab into it and then bring it up the knife with K, you can just click on it wherever you want, and you can just eyeball whatever you want, click and cut it. Or if you know the roof pitch is like 22 degrees or 24 degrees, in 2.9 and above, if you hit the letter A, it's going to give you a horizontal and a vertical straight, and then in between it defaults to 30, 60, 90, 120 on around. But if you know you want say a 24-degree pitch, you can just type 2, 4. Whoop, let me escape. Let me just do this again. Because I was doing the other, I'll go K, click, and now I'm going to go A, 2, 4. There we go. Now it's going to a 24-degree angle. And then I can click and cut, enter. And then we'll just remove that face. Now, we hit A, we want to inset this. And the window trim on the actual windows are 4 inches, so that's 0.4. So let's go I for inset and 0.1, enter. Now there's your trim. So let me just turn a little sideways here so you can see I'm going to just hit A again to highlight everything. I'm going to deselect what's going to be the glass. In edit mode, I'm sure you'll know if you're in the X-ray, you have to click on the actual dots. But I'm going to extrude this out 0.05. So we're going to go EY minus 0.05. Enter. Tab. Now you can see we've got the reveal for the trim around the window. So now we got to assign it materials. So off to the right here, we're going to click on this little round ball for materials. And I'm going to click on this, and this window trim is in the door shutter material. So we're going to click that, and it's going to assign that to everything. We're going to have to unwrap and map it because it's in the upper left-hand corner. But before we do that, I'm going to tab in. I'm going to highlight just what we want glass, and I'm going to come over, hit the plus sign, and I'm going to go glass and assign. So now with that assigned, what I want to do is I'll map this one real quick to show you. I'm going to come up, we want to open up the UV editor. So I'll hit the UV editor tab, tap into it. It filled, it's actually outside the, or now it's still inside the boundaries, but I'm going to unwrap it. So U, unwrap, and you can see it's actually upside down. So we got to spin this 180 degrees over here. Otherwise, in Unity, when you put the reflective cube on these windows, the trees and everything's going to be upside down. So over in the editor, just go R for rotate 180. enter, and then G, and it'll snap inside those boundaries as long as you have this check, constrained to bounds. So now in this window package, a lot of these things were set up to be in like 128, 256, 512, and so on. So it's like we want to scale this to a fourth of its size to fit in this upper corner. So we're just going to go S for scale, 0.25, enter, G, slide it in the corner. Now it's all black, so that's mapped right. Now, the window trim. I got a window here. Let me click and move to new so the plane's down in here. I'm gonna hide this, open up a window, and just show you if I go into edit mode, here's the window trim. And that mapping is in this top corner of the door window material. So I want to unwrap these so that they're all even. So to do that, come back here, tab in. I'm going to go highlight the door, select all the trim, and you can see if we just go U unwrap, it's all kind of messed up. It's not the way we want it. We want them all to come in straight. So even if you went U smart project, it's going to have all pieces different. So the way I want to unwrap this so it's all one continuous piece so that when I stack them on top one another, they'll all be scaled exactly the same. So to do that, I'm going to go in the wireframe. I'm going to go to Edge Select or 2 on the keyboard, deselect everything. I'm going to box select this top up here, and I'm going to mark the seams all the way around on this because this is going to be the spot that's going to be open. So I'm going to right click, mark seam. Now on all these other ones, I want to mark just the inner one and the face. I want to keep these outer ones connected so when it unwraps, it'll be one long piece. So I'll zoom in, hold shift, and then uncheck that one, mark seam. Mark seam. And I got the one. And mark seam. Now, if I go back to face select, and I'm going to select the door and shutter. Now when I go U to unwrap, they're all stacked together and they're all the same width. And let me get back to the other map. Now I'm going to G to grab. I'm going to slide it all the way up. G to grab. All right. Now I want this edge on that outer here. So I need to to flip it. So I'm going to go R 180, enter, G, enter. And in the UV editor, this is the X and this is Y. There's no Z. So I need to scale this in the Z to keep it all in the white. So I'm just going to go S, Y. So now it's scaled right. I'm going to take these pieces, G, and just bring these over close to those. So it's going to be in the white there anyhow. Now I can just G, drag everything kind of over. And now I can go S, X, scale it out in the X, and then G, move it over. Let me see how that, it's probably got to go a little bit more. Yeah, I want that a little bit closer to the edge, so I'll hit G. Let me bring it out and go SX. Now take it back over. That's about what I want. And there's the window. Go back to layout. And then you're ready to export it. And that's probably just as quick as taking one apart to, fix up. So there you go.